before I even saw him play, I was hearing that he was the best defensive midfielder in the Caribbean, in the region, and
He
he
actually
definitely
proved
is.
it,
He
yeah.
definitely is there. And then Watson probably would be this player here sitting, but they like to bypass Watson a lot and play long balls over the top. So Mount Pleasant will have to be very wary of that.
We're asking for too much now.
Yeah, look a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much.
Baller foot and KNOCKINZ. All right, everyone, you see that we have a special guest here today. We have no other than Leijeigh Williams here, otherwise known as the sports guru, straight from Sports Max. KNOCKINZ them, you know that this is not his first appearance on KNOCKINZ. He was the one that showed us that Glenmore, or told us that Glenmore would have won the Champions Cup, and they did. So we have him right here, ready to analyze the big finals for tomorrow. Well, you guys will see this on the day. Well, the big finals today, Labor Day, Mount Pleasant and Cavalier. And he'll be analyzing the two teams, and also we'll go through the score predictions and also his combined 11. So very interesting show today, everyone. Stay tuned. Leijeigh, thank you for being here. Really
No problem.
appreciate
No
the
problem,
time.
my bro.
I know that you're busy during this time, so we have to run through this quick for everyone too, because they are also busy, but we're going to make this video wholesome. So let's get straight into it. And we'll have it right here now. We have yellow,
Mount Pleasant,
Mount Pleasant, and ready, say was?
Cavalier.
All right, Leijeigh. So do you do now. I'll hold the board while you go. No,
I,
man, it's
I,
okay.
I have to do it quickly because, but Mount Pleasant, typically both teams play a 4-2-3-1. You can see here on the board 4-2-3-1, but it changes for both teams. There's a lot of shapes that I probably can't get into for both, but typically Mount Pleasant, they like to include their goalkeeper in build-up. So they have the ball here, their goalkeeper going to be involved. They like to use inverted fullback. So Sule McCullough off the right, Kimoni Bailey off the left. They split their centre backs. Okay. Fitzroy Cummins, Kyle Ming. This is Clifford Thomas, so important. He's going to be the anchor for this team. So as you can see, they like to form diamonds all over the pitch. So both centre backs and the keeper, this is a diamond. Then Sule McCullough is going to come here. Kimoni Bailey is going to come here. Joshan Anglin probably will come here. Judy, or whoever is playing attacking midfield, it could be Judy or Nicholas Nelson. They'll float in these spaces, but they like to form another diamond right here.
So they will have the free roll. The number 10 always have a free roll.
Whichever side they choose to overload. So Devante can be here, Celestine here holding the width. Whichever ball side it goes, if the ball comes over here to Fitzroy, more than likely you see the cam come here. Kimoni Bailey will join this because they like to form diamonds all over the pitch. Diamonds. Always like to overload any certain area. If it's the other side, then you'll see Judy come here, ball side. You'll even see McCullough at times come extremely central. Join Clifford Thomas. They'll form a base here, keeper here, and they'll form like a 3-2 base. So they can overload. The last line will be 6 players. The striker, he stays fixed. The wingers, they stay fixed. But generally speaking, this is how they want to build up. Create overloads out wide, outnumber teams by 3-2, and really pressure this Cavalier team. So this is how it will look in practice. Cavalier, they'll be defending deep in their 4-2-3-1 block. Dwayne Atkinson, he'll be floating somewhere here.
As another free roll. Both of them similar with that free, man.
But both wingers back here. And then Dwayne Atkinson, any side he really wants to go. So Mount Pleasant will try to overload by doing this. So you would have Kimoni Bailey here. Celestine here. The striker here, of course. The diamond that they tried to form around. This is the diamond, and they form the back three wide. Clifford Thomas. So this is what they want to do. They want to have the ball in these areas and pin back Cavalier. Obviously, they have to be wary of anything coming in behind because all of the speed that...
With Jamara, Calvin,
exactly.
If Stein supposed to, that Stein have a deceptive pace.
Exactly.
At times,
so
that,
Richter's anyone, so they have to be careful, but they'll keep a high line, form this diamond, and then try to just really cause some problems for Mount Pleasant and for Cavalier, and I think that they will because of that fact. But when they're defending, it goes much back to I would say, it's a normal 4-4-2 block. The central midfielders, Anglin and Clifford Thomas, they form this 4-4-2 block. Cavalier, they're a bit different in how they like to build up.
Okay.
Not quite as aggressive. Sometimes they'll play like a 4-1. Shamar Watson has an interesting role. When Ainsworth goes up, you'll see Shamar Thomas
Cover
go
the
there.
wing, yeah.
McCleary, he has an in-between role. He's not quite as aggressive as Ainsworth sometimes, but he'll go forward as well. Obviously, Calvin, he likes operating the inside right channel. So around here, Stein on the last line, Atkinson floating around here. So this is how they like to form their front five, because that's how you overload any defense. You need a front five, back three,
With King as
King,
a
Leng,
anchor, yeah.
yeah, and then Watson here.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
And then you have probably Dwayne Allen trying to go forward a bit. And then, yeah, they usually just form like a 3-1 base. This as the in-between player trying to make
Move
any runs
everything.
every time
So
there's...
who will be that player right there sitting deep?
That's it depends.
Normally read as the agent sit down there at
It
times.
depends on the lineup that they would go with.
Mm.
Sometimes it's going to look like Watson. Sometimes you would have like one of the fullbacks stay. They don't usually like to push both fullbacks up at once. So if McCleary stays here, this would be Calvin. Dwayne Allen would be somewhere around here. And then Watson probably would be this player here sitting. But they like to bypass Watson a lot and play long balls over the top. So Mount Pleasant will have to be very wary of that. But I think typically those will be the two shapes that we see. Mount Pleasant will be the dominant team in possession, and don't be surprised if they have most of the ball and they will create most of the chances. But key things like set pieces, transitions, that's what you really have to look out for when you have two teams of similar quality going at it. So that's how I see the tactics playing out.
All right. We won't keep it longer because we know that him have him work to go to. So that was a quick one. Don't worry, everyone. This will be the first that you see him come here, but it won't be the last. Believe me. All right. So let's get straight to it. All right. Let us look on the starting 11 now. We're going to do a combine 11 right away, but we want to look on the starting 11. What do you think about the starting 11 going into the match against Mount Pleasant? What do you think Mount Pleasant going to conjure up against
I think it will be a similar lineup to the semi-final second leg. It will be interesting to see if they start Judy or Nicholas Nelson, what they will go for. But I'm assuming Judy because they'll want more control in the attacking midfield areas. So I think all in all it's going to be the same lineup as the semi-final second leg for both teams. Stein, it obviously depends on his fitness for Cavalier. But I think generally speaking, it will be the same lineup because Cavalier know that they will have to be much more aggressive than they tend to be in the first legs of games. Or in the second leg, that's when we see them pushing forward more. As for a combined 11, I hope
Hold on before you jump. If Stein comes in, who comes out?
Well, I mean, started the second leg. It's usually first leg is usually they bring in Reed, form a midfield three. Don't play with a striker, so it would be Atkinson, Calvin, and Richter's up top, but just floating. So Stein would come in and then they would drop a midfielder, nominally Adrian Reed, and then play a double pivot of Watson and Dwayne Allen.
Okay, good. All right, everyone. Let us move now to the combined 11. Let us get to it. Who you see in goal now?
I mean, that's a difficult one because obviously, everyone has Shaquan as the best goalkeeper in the region, but he hasn't been starting as of late. Vina Bartlett's very good keeper as well for Cavalier, but this season he has been error prone, not in the playoffs. He's been very solid in the playoffs, even winning a man of the match award there. But he's had his mistakes in him throughout the season, caused Cavalier a couple of times. Tafari Chambers has come in and done very well, so he looks a bit iffy on the ball, but I think all in all speaking, got a call up as well today to represent Jamaica at the Unity Cup. So I'm going to go Tafari Chambers in goal.
Over Shaquan Davis.
I have to go with who's starting. They must be starting him for a reason.
All right, let's go. Left back. Who is in there for you?
Ainsworth is the best left back in the league. So that's one of the easier decisions.
So you don't like how Kimon Bailey playing?
No, Bailey is playing very well. Very, very well. And the specific role that he's asked to do is very interesting, and he's doing it very well. As I said, he has to form a diamond invert, he has to overlap. He does a lot of different things, but Ainsworth is the best left back in the league.
All right, left centre half. We have Leijeigh and who else now? Leijeigh versus who?
The centre half is a very tough one because I think all four centre backs that play consistently for both teams are very good. Leijeigh, Ming, King, that was once a very feared back three. And Fitzroy Cummins, of course, was one of the best centre backs. But I would say Fitzroy. My back two would probably be Fitzroy and Richard King. But that's no slight to Giovanni Leijeigh and also to Kyle Ming. I think they're both fantastic, especially Kyle Ming. but he's done most of his work at right back this season. So maybe he's missing out because of that.
True. All right. Let's, as you mentioned, right back. Let's go to right back.
McCullough for sure.
Yeah,
Because of the versatility, he can go inside, outside, and play that inverted role as well extremely well. So Sule McCullough, easy one for me as well.
What do you think about the change though, left back to right back as well?
I mean, he does this. When he was at Portmore, he played centre back, right back very often. The surprise was really seeing him in that defensive midfield area, which he performed really well in. But as we'll get on to, I think that Mount Pleasant had to make that change because they got probably the best defensive midfielder in the region in their team.
All right, 4-3-3 is our formation, so let's go with a central defensive midfielder.
I want to go two.
You want to go two?
Both teams play 4-2-3-1, so
I was going to say that, because it only made sense, but I think I would have preferred. All right,
I need a top link.
You need a top link for true.
So,
all right, let's go.
So I'll go Clifford Thomas. It'll be the both Mount Pleasant. Joshua Anglin, Clifford Thomas. Clifford Thomas is, before I even saw him play, I was hearing that he was the best defensive midfielder in the Caribbean, in the region, and
he actually proved it. Yeah,
he definitely is. What he offers, especially out of possession, and his tenacity there, but also in possession, the calmness that he offers, the tactical flexibility as well, to drop between the centre backs to then step up all of his progressive passes. He's a ridiculous player, Clifford Thomas. And I think alongside our number 10, I'll get on to that as well, he has been the best player in the playoffs so far. Alongside him, Joshua Anglin, I think on merit, he's the best Jamaican central midfielder.
What about Demar Phillips?
I think Joshua Anglin, Rooney is a little bit better because of the myriad of things that he can do. As I mentioned, he's going to be playing sometimes a bit higher for Mount Pleasant, sometimes a bit deeper. So I think the versatility he offers, Demar Phillips obviously is a fantastic player as well. But Joshua Anglin, I think, is the best Jamaican central midfielder playing locally. So I think he and Clifford Thomas are my two options in defensive midfield.
That was solid. That's a solid two I have right there. So all right, so we'll move on. We have a two central midfielders sorted out. Let us look on the left mid right now before we go central attacking. Who would have put on the left?
Devante Campbell.
Have to be him.
Yeah, Devante Campbell. Imor Richters has been doing a lot of defensive work, has a very good cross on him. But I think Devante Campbell, different gravy.
Different gravy. Yeah. I like him as well. Actually, I liked when he jumped into the national team last year, and we're looking forward to more of him this year. All right, let us go on to right wing. Who have on the right wing now? That one is very hard now.
I wouldn't say it's difficult.
Franco
I love Franco.
Yeah, but
Franco has been fantastic, but I can't ignore
22 goals, 21 goals.
I can't ignore 21 goals from Calvin. Everything that he offers on the transition, much more of a box threat as well. So I think, unfortunately for Franco, maybe in 2 years when he's 18, we'll see him usurp Calvin. But for now, it's definitely Jamara Calvin.
Straight on to the part that you wanted to speak about. Everyone knows who we're going to pick right now. Central attacking midfielder.
Definitely Dwayne Atkinson. I don't have to explain. As I said, alongside Clifford Thomas, I think out and out, because he's played more games as well, I think Dwayne Atkinson has been the best player in the playoffs so far. Wherever he goes, he makes the crowd get up off their feet, and that's what the Jamaican fans love. So, yeah, Dwayne Atkinson, definitely my number 10.
All right, and let us go on to now striker.
This was actually a pretty tricky one for me, because
not really.
I think Tango obviously has scored the same amount of goals as Shaquille Stein, but I think I trust Stein more in front of goal.
You're going for Stein?
Yeah, I'm going for Shaquille Stein. Obviously coming off of an injury, but based on the body of work we've seen from Stein the end of last season, coming into this season, Raheem Edwards, I think he's growing into himself, but as I said, I feel like I trust Shaquille Stein more in front of goal. And
based off of experience.
Based off of what I've seen so far, I'd still lean Shaquille Stein.
I'd agree to disagree, and I prefer put up Raheem Edwards, but it's your combined 11, not mine. So let us respect and remember, everyone, he is the sports guru, as you know. So is that everything? What's the score? Whoa, hold on, we're not finished as yet. Score prediction. What everybody is
2-1 Mount Pleasant.
2-1 Mount Pleasant. So you think Mount Pleasant can finally get the better of Cavalier? 2-1. Any goal scorer you can give you, or we're asking for too much now?
Yeah, look a little bit too much.
Any standout player that you're going to see tomorrow, we think you're going to take the game?
Well, I'll be appointing the man of the match, so I'm going to hedge my bets on Clifford Thomas again.
Wow, that seems a little bit biased. You already have him as the man of the match, and the match don't play.
No, because just what I've expected. If it was up to me, every Mount Pleasant game I've seen so far in the playoffs, he has been the best player. So I only go off trends, So Clifford Thomas would be my assumption.
Well, there you have it, everyone. from the sports guru himself was a full analysis of tomorrow's, well, the final of the Jamaica Premier League. Thank you for being here. Shout out to our sponsors, Jerry and Nephew and Sunshine Snacks. Really appreciate you. And thank you again, Leijeigh. Really appreciate you being on the show.
In order to watch a match, Sports Max, I'll be on commentary with Donald Oliver. Look out for it. Lots of stuff.
Definitely. And if you can't watch it on Sports Max, make sure that you come to the game because it's a match that you don't want to miss. Mount Pleasant versus Cavalier. And also, everyone, don't forget, you can come early because there's a third place match. We have Arnett Gardens facing Montego Bay United. So thank you, everyone, for watching this video. And we do look forward to having more videos and seeing Leijeigh, the sports guru, again here on KNOCKINZ. Thank you, everyone. Ball of foot and KNOCKINZ.